Hiya folks, Fruit and Doggy here. I was writing up my review for BlazeRush, a game I played with a friend, completed quite a while ago. And I knew that I wanted to describe the final race in the game before I finished the review, and there's only so much of it that you can really get across with words. So I thought the best way to get the point across would be to show some video footage. And I'm starting off here with a successful run. When I was writing up the review, I was playing through it again, just playing the last boss, and I was getting green. And then the immediate moment I turned on the recording, I did a successful run. I think I got pretty lucky. I will mention that I am using a lighter car. In theory, that's probably not the best choice. That's my favorite car I kept using in the game, though. So I kind of stubbornly utilized it in this race. And as you can see there, I got a pretty close call. That's kind of the nature of how this boss works, though. It is very easy for the boss to basically play around with you like a cat and a mouse. It is really unbalanced. The boss can and will do whatever it wants to, more or less whenever it wants to. If it decides that it's been in front of you for too long and you've done too much damage, it will immediately rear back up, and it's like, nope, I'm going behind you again. And it can do that pretty quickly. It will shoot off weapons that some of the time, or in some situations, aren't really a big deal. This straightaway here, even if it shoots its bullets at you, typically isn't that much of a problem because of the rails. In these corners here where there are no rails, that short stream of bullets is enough to kill you. If you get hit by too many of the rockets it shoots backwards, it'll kill you. If you get too close to the boss, it can, probably one of its most dangerous weapons, just shoot out a shockwave that throws you way out of the way. I think that the heavy vehicles would be too slow to effectively stay away from the boss and give you the space you need to avoid that devastating attack. That's why a medium weight vehicle might be the best choice, but this is the little cutscene you get when you beat the boss. Unfortunately, you don't get a satisfying gigantic explosion, and that's it. That's the story mode, or that's the story to the game. You saw it right there. This next series of clips will show my failed run. There's a quick death there from bullets, but it's gonna jump around. I'm just showing different ways the boss can really screw you over. Starting off with attacks that don't actually destroy you. If you stay stationary, you can let the boss get past you right at the beginning, try to get a few easy hits off him. Not sure if that's a great strategy to suggest. It has worked for me before. But yeah, you can be hit by the saw blades, the bullets, the missiles, and in certain situations, you'll bounce back just fine. In other ones, you will be torn asunder, and it can be really annoying and feel incredibly unfair. Oh, that was a surprising I survived that situation. If you're lucky, as you lose control, the car will automatically reset itself and you'll be back on track. These next series of failures just show the saw blades almost never will kill you. They aren't very lethal, but when you're driving a lighter vehicle, those bullets really will throw you off track and you'll lose control very easily. And it can be surprising at times how effective they are. And I think this will be the last bullet death that I recorded this quarter session. But I will admit I was getting annoyed just trying to beat this boss. And that's me having already beaten the game. So I didn't need to do this again, but you know, I was just trying to remember what it was like and get some supporting clips to show my experience. And it's like, yeah, it's really annoying. Its missiles that it shoots out, since it shoots out a line of 4, are very dangerous. And you can see that they will turn towards you. They do have homing capability. But yes, that shockwave, when it gets too close, is incredibly powerful. It throws your car very far. And he can do it multiple times. If you're still too close from the first one, it's just absolutely asinine how effective it is. And I don't even know what killed me there, to be honest. I just got flung high into the air, and I exploded. And you'll see there that a saw blade actually did do me in. I think I just got a little too careless and was near the end of the track, but normally it is. Thankfully, the saw blades are not more effective in this boss race. What you're going to see here will look like a successful run, but again, thankfully, I'd already beaten the game. I'd already beaten this boss, but I would have been really upset if this had taken me out. And I will mention that you'll see certain locations on the track that I'll pin towards more than others. For instance, taking certain walls when he's behind me. When he's in front of you, actually I'll just say that any of the places where there are walls and straightaways, you'll basically want to hug one side or the other, whether he's in front of you or behind, because it helps you avoid being blasted off or hit. And you might think that staying to the side would be dangerous with the missiles, but because they fire straight back behind him in the middle, it usually will be far enough to the side that it'll miss. And I say usually, it's a little bit trickier to navigate when you're going through these curves. But yeah, if you can get the boss down to the red health point, the good thing is that the boss doesn't drastically change from the first phase to the second. It operates more or less the same. I would mention that whenever you get the missile, if the boss is in front of you and you're not making this complete U-turn right here, I would go ahead and fire it off, because there's a good chance it's just going to connect. That's the good thing about the boss being this giant vehicle, is those missiles have a large target to hone in on. And this is about the part where I failed miserably, and I didn't even know that I was recording voice when I was doing this, so I wasn't making live commentary, and I made a noise I didn't expect at all. So, oh, look how close I got! That makes this all the more frustrating. And entertaining, I suppose. It wasn't that big a deal.